Date someone who wants you.
Not my type.
Before I get into the TikTok videos, there are a few things I want to say. I have watched many YouTube and TikTok videos, and some women believe that if the man works, and the woman stays at home with the children, and she does not work, then when the man comes home from work, the man should also cook and clean after work. Myself, I have always believed that if the man works, and she does not work, and stays at home with the children, then when the man comes home from work, the house should be clean, and dinner should be cooked. I got into an argument with my 70-something-year-old aunt. My aunt believes that if the man works, and the woman does not work, but stays at home with the children, then when the man comes home from work, he should also cook and clean. The astonishing part is that we all were raised under the same rules. My grandmother was a single mother, and she worked. When my grandmother got home from work, her children had the house clean, and dinner was cooked. In the 70s and 80s, both of my parents worked, and when they got home, me and my two brothers made sure the house was clean and dinner was cooked. I have heard my aunt say stuff like, "I pay all the bills, etc., so the house has to be clean, etc." Then why is it different when the man is working and paying all the bills, that when he comes home from work, he must also cook and clean? Now for the man, I now do not see any benefit of getting married, or living with or moving in with any woman. All I see is one headache after another headache. If the man is working, and when he comes home from work, he still has to take care of the children, clean the house, and cook. I do not see the point of having a wife. If the man does not marry the woman and they have children, she will have to work, come home and clean the house, cook dinner, and take care of the children by herself, without the man. What I have discovered is that toxic women do not change. No matter how old they get, they will always be toxic in some type of way. They cannot take any responsibility for anything they have done. Yes, the woman might have dated and married men that were abusive or toxic, but what I figured out is that these women are also toxic. Thus, these women have also done things that were also wrong in the relationship, but they will always blame the man for it all. Therapy cannot help these women because this is who they are as a person. Plus, these women know that they have a problem, and that no matter how abusive the man was, they know they help to increase the toxicity in the relationship. These types of women can only be with toxic or abusive men. They always need this type of drama, always need someone else to blame. These types of women create environments that are toxic, because this is easier than facing who they are as a person. Because of all of this, I no longer feel sorry for these types of women. These types of women know they need help and need to change, but it is easier to just take it out on everyone else. I feel sorry for the children because children cannot fight back. For the children that had these types of mothers, they do not learn until they are old adults that what their mother taught them was wrong. This is one of the reasons that leads men to marry women they should never have married or dated. For everyone, we should always ask before we get married, how should the household be run and managed? For example, in the 80s, I dated a girl whose parents were divorced. The girl blamed everything on the father. However, when she told me how her mother ran the household, I said to her that there was no way I could or would live that way. Thus, it never occurred to the girl that the main reason why her parents were divorced was the way her mother ran the household, and her father could not take it. Basically, her father was just a paycheck. Another example is my cousin, who got divorced in her 30s. The way she treated her now ex-husband, no one in the family blamed him for finding another woman. In fact, when my cousin attempted to put all the blame on her ex-husband, my other female cousins told her that she was the one that pushed her ex-husband into the arms of another woman. My cousin was only married to the man for 8 years, but her ex-husband has been married to the other woman for over 20 years. Many women do not understand that if you have a good man, and other women know it, they will take your place in a heartbeat. For example, I went to Arizona State University in the 80s, and there were not a lot of black people at this university at this time. This not only included the students but the professors and the staff as well. We might not know who each other were, but we all knew of each other. This one black girl named Kelly was dating this one black guy who was on the football team. Because of an injury, he had to take off from playing for a year. During this time, Kelly broke up with him. Plus, because all of the black girls on campus knew each other, Kelly knew that none of the other black girls would date him while she was doing her thing. Kelly also believed that because he loved her, she could get him back when she wanted. What happened was, that when he started playing football again, the following year, he was now with a white girl. Kelly kept asking many of us black men, why do black men date white girls? What happened was, that all the white girls knew her boyfriend, and knew how he treated Kelly. They all knew he was a good guy that did not cheat. So when they discovered that he and Kelly were no longer together, the white girls all came after him hard. The following year he got drafted to the pros and married the white girl. During one summer, I was a city bus driver for Chicago. All the old timers told me that if I wear a wedding ring, more women will hit on me or try and pick me up. As a bus driver, people attempt to pick you up all the time. Women, men, and people who you are not sure if they are a woman or a man. So I started wearing a wedding ring to stop men from attempting to pick me up. When I did this, I had a lot more women trying to pick me up. Thus, the old timers were right. What I learned was that if you are a man that lives in a big city like Chicago or New York, there are a lot of lonely women that do not mind or care if they are sharing a man. In the late 90s, I had 4 uncles who were in their 70s and 80s that died. They all never got married but went from woman to woman. They all had children, but none of them ever got married, and I always wondered why. Now since I am older, I now know why. Thus, the stuff you hear women saying today is not new. They have been saying the same stuff for decades. Social media just put it out there for everyone to see. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video.